Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to get in a spot where I'm not being followed by my child. Off the computer.
What's his name?
Ma'am?
I said, what's his name?
Her name is Laurel. We call her Lulu for short.
Oh, okay. How you doing, Laurie?
She's doing good.
Okay. I wasn't sure whether many people would join tonight, but I just wanted us to, have some discussions.
Yes, ma'am.
About the RLOs and some of the assignments we have for the course. So, yeah, let me put on my headphones. All right. I just wanted us to look at. I know the RLO's assignments is due this week. Hi. We have another person joining us.
Hello.
Hello. How are you, Brian?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Yeah. Like I was saying, I just wanted us to maybe just come together and have some discussions about some of the assignments. And I know many people are already familiar with the background, but from your readings, hello. Hi, Brad.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah. So as you've read, maybe we should just wait another 5 minutes, 2 minutes, and then I wanted to go over the RLOs and CSAM just to help us understand as we're developing materials for online. There are some things we need to consider, especially with okay. All right. So from your readings, what did you come up with for hello? Okay. Okay, from the readings of RLOs, hello. What did you come up with? What are you finding? When we talk about RLOs, it means reusable learning objects. And because as you are developing this content for mobile devices, one thing you need to consider is you have to make it so minute so that you are not uploading too many files. That's why reusable learning objects are going to be very important. And when we're using reusable learning objects, we're thinking about materials that are out there that can enhance, what we develop as the content. So you are considering things like, maybe a YouTube video, put in the link. You don't want to overload the material, because once you overload it, it's going to be very difficult for whoever is going to use this material to be able to download. And when it takes people a longer time to download, it tends to frustrate the students, and you don't want that. So you want to chunk every material you're going to put out there, chunk it. And our final project, we're going to be actually developing material content for mobile platforms. So as you go along, think about what can you do, making sure that it's not taking time to load, it's easy to use. So what mobile devices are you all using?
Anything from a smartphone to a tablet to a computer.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, same stuff here. Just
Okay.
phones and tablets and laptops.
All right. Okay, because also we need to learn how to upload things from mobile devices or laptops. Tablets, whether it's Apple mobile devices or Android. And that's one thing you find out because we have another assignment that deals with BYU to bring your own devices. What are the things you want to consider? So think about how much information do you want the students to learn. It's good with RLOs to send them somewhere for them to download instead of you putting all the information on the screen for them. So that's why reusable is very important. And in most cases, even with reusable, you want to make sure you are doing QR codes. You can use QR codes to do the links to wherever you want them to go. So it's very important that as you develop, you want just-in-time information they can grab quickly and then move on. So you don't want it to be dragging for too long. And that's what is important. But then the other concept, that I didn't include in that PowerPoint is called CSAM, Collaborative, Situated, Active, Mobile Strategy. So as you are looking, what is the guiding principles as you are developing? One, you want to think about collaborative. The second one is S, which is situated. Then you want them to be active, and then using mobile devices. And this was developed maybe in the past 3 years. When you talk about collaborative, you are thinking about ways the learner learn. You're already doing that in the classroom or in your, I know many of you are in the AP program looking at teacher leader. So as you are working with other teachers in the field, how many of you are in the classroom right now?
I am.
Okay.
I am as well.
Okay. How about Brian?
I am, yes.
Okay. So, as you're in the classroom, how can students collaborate while they are even with mobile devices? That's something you need to think about as you're developing this material. What kinds of activity can they do? It might be using Google Docs, whereby they can go online and collaborate with the projects you've assigned in the classroom. So think about the content specific, which is the S, situated. It has to be relevant to your content. Is the learning more meaningful? Are they engaging? Those are kinds of questions you need to ask yourself as you develop materials for the mobile environment. And the third thing is active, which goes into content engaging. You want to reduce boredom. You want them to be active. And we have collaborative tools out there that you can use for them to collaborate, for them to work together, for them to be active learners. And how many of you have used Edmodo?
I've used it.
Okay.
I've tried. I didn't enjoy using it, so I don't use it anymore.
So what other things can you use if you are going to develop materials for them? Are you doing some blogging?
I use YouTube videos in my classroom and upload them onto my website, and kids access them through their devices.
Okay. But majority, if you want them to be active, if you want them, you have to engage them with these different tools. So think about what kinds of tools. And for me, it's whatever is available to you. You're not restricted, whatever you're comfortable using. But we're going to talk about later on about some other tools you can use. So think about designing for your learners. Everything you design, you want to think about your learners. You want to make sure that it creates excitement. It allows them to learn. It allows them to explore, not just, okay, another activity, but challenge them in such a way that they'll be more meaningful to them. For example, you can ask them to do a project that they will collaborate online and work on some things. So it has to be content specific. So CSAM is looking at the design. It's looking at how best strategy. I know you've gone through some strategy, but CSAM is actually looking at those 4 elements that will help you as a designer in order to create materials for the classroom. And like I said before, as you are working, we're going to be using a tool for the final project called WinSight. WinSight is actually looking at, developing for the mobile, how big you want it. So you're going to have some examples. I'll share some examples for that project. But the concept came about mobile first web design. So it's looking at how best can we rethink what we are doing. So WinSight is a free website that you can use to create mobile. It programs it for you. All you need to do is plug in your information. But bearing in mind that you need getting that feedback. bearing in mind we need you need to do storyboarding, and we'll find other ways. I'll talk about it more. But as you create this material, you're going to think about some things. Limit the content you put on a page. You have to limit it on the screen, because, like I said before, the more content, the longer it takes to upload to the site. So you want it to be loading as quickly as possible. So that's why you need to use RLOs, reusable materials, to take them to another site. If it's taking long, then it's going to be difficult for them to look at it. Make sure that you do not have too much text on the screen, because if it's too much, it tends to bore whoever is reading this. If you're scrolling too much on the screen, then it's redundant. So those are some few things you want to consider when you're doing your WinSite. We're going to have another session on WinSite, how to do step by step. Then we have an assignment about tools. What kinds of tools? And this is a group collaborative assignment, whereby you're going to take one of the tools, like Google Hangouts, Evernote, and two other ones. So collaborate with another person to look at how this is used. I put some requirements and rubric for doing that. Then there's another assignment that deals with BYOT or BYOD. Because how many of you have BYOD program in your schools?
I do.
Okay. So what kinds of things are you all doing?
You asking what are we doing with BYOD?
Yes.
The kids access my website through the technology and can watch the videos, that kind of thing, or they can look up their own stuff.
Okay. So we're going to be creating or look at some elements, and you can use Edmodo, you can use your website, whichever one. But the one thing is classroom management. How do you manage your classroom? What kinds of technology do you want to think about? How do you set it up? I know many schools do have policies, so you want to think about that so that the students are aware. Are you having issues with Wi-Fi? With the technology, are they able to easily access it in the classroom with their different devices? Brian?
Yes.
Okay.
We had lightning strike our main fiber optic cable, so we lost internet for about a week. So we went back to the old days, but we got it fixed now. It's back. So.
Okay. Is there any other person using having BYOD in their school system? Oh yeah. Okay. So that's one thing we're going to be considering in this class. How do you set it up? What kinds of things I know, Brian, you're already ahead of the game, so that's good. So, but think about those kinds of things, what we need to set up, how to be effective in using those devices. Do you have challenges about the different technologies? Brian, I'm going to keep asking you since you have the experience. Do you have issues with technologies they bring? how to set it up?
Not with technologies they bring. No, it just takes a while at the beginning of the year for all of the because they all fill out a form. They have to put in all their information, so that takes about 2 to 3 weeks for all the kids to get in. We have almost 1,000 kids at our school. But other than that, not with their devices. Most of the issues come with computer logins.
Okay.
Kids forget their computer logins, and so they have to figure out new passwords and things like that.
Okay. All right. So those are issues that that you need to consider. I was reading an article a few days ago that one teacher sued the school district for allowing for her using her own phone to work in the classroom. So, but those are some issues that might be coming up with BYOD. Who pays for it? Were you given a cell phone to use? That might be an issue. But those are kinds of things that tends to become an issue when people are using their own devices for the classroom use. But those are things we need to start thinking about as we are creating some of these mobile devices. I want to stop right now. Are there questions based on what you are already doing in the classroom? I mean, for this course.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Was there anything else with the Twitter assignment other than posting our Twitter handle on the discussion board?
What I wanted is to start, Twitter for us to start, using those devices. But one of the assignment is to post or to retweet on mLearning. You get a lot of concepts or ideas from people on that side. I just wanted you to be familiar with that for now, because this is an ongoing process, but now how comfortable I want you to follow people for now, because I know some people have never used Twitter, so that's the purpose, but we'll continue to use it as we move along this course. Any other question? So I also want you to partner with another person about different tools used for mLearning or mobile learning. So the tools are there, that I've highlighted, but I just wanted us to start looking or to talk about a few things about the course. Also have, we can use another webinar using the Hangout, or we can use the one that comes with the website we're using. So, but it looks like we only have 4 people out of the 9 people in the course. So we're going to be doing more of this just to keep discussing things about mobile learning. Where do you see the future of mobile learning?
Endless, I would say.
I'm saying, where do you see the future? Do you think this is good?
I would say it's endless. I don't think there's any kind of limit to it. It's kind of going to continue to evolve as technology evolves.
Okay. As technology evolves, it's going to, and the more we have access to different tools, it's going to evolve and explode. Even for me, for a long time, I was even using my iPad to go online, but only problem, even for the course site, the problem I'm having sometimes is how to create materials and upload to the site with iPad or iPhone. There's limitation there for me, because sometimes the content, except I do use the RLOs and but those are issues that, as we go with this, it's still not ready for a lot of uploading, but for quick, easy link, and that is going to, it has become very useful. For me, I do most of the time pay bills, do a lot of things with my phones regularly, and sometimes with the iPad. I don't have to carry my laptop everywhere, but those tools are available, and they're easy to carry, they're portable, and that's the beauty about mobile learning as we move into this area. Any other question?
I did have one more question about the assignments that are due this week.
Okay.
I think we have two discussions on the discussion board. Do you just want us to write our reflections and attach them on the discussion board, or do you actually want the reflections?
I had the TED Talk. I just want you to, because that's another area with TED Talks. Yes, just to write a reflection, and for the other link,
as a Word document, and then attach it.
Attach it, yes. Or
okay.
You can just, you can just put it on the, right there with the forum. Because I want people to also interact. I want the members in the class to interact with each other. So to think about, what are you thinking about TED Talks, for example. The first time I listened to that 12-year-old with his, app development, that really wows me as personally, because students are doing a lot, especially the young kids and students. And we have, I'm affiliated with Georgia Educational Technology Consortium. I don't know if you all are familiar with that. We always have the conference in November, but we also have a branch under that, which is the technology fair. It comes up in March, and some school districts are really involved with that. So it's something I can forward you all the information that, your students are doing great things. And at the end, they always give them an award. So they showcase their apps. You'll be really surprised what the students are doing. And so I want us to be involved with those kinds of activities, but it will not come up until next March. So start thinking. If you are in a school district that's doing technology, please get your students involved. So all you need to do is, for the assignment, write the reflection and post your, to other students within the group. Any other question? Oh, I just wanted us to...
Sorry, there's also the assignment that's due to the Dropbox too, right?
Yes. Okay. And that deals with the RLOs and CSAM. And that assignment is about start creating materials for mobile devices. One of the assignments is to look at converting your PowerPoint presentation, which you're already doing, and post it on the YouTube and post the link. Then we have Quizlet. How many of you have used Quizlet?
Quizlet, I've used that.
Yes, Quizlet, yes. So that's another tool. It can be used for assessment. It can be used as information based, but the information, you chunk it in such a way that it's easy for students to load. So think about a topic that you can use and create a Quizlet. Yes, that's another assignment that is due. Any other question? All right. So I think I've been pleased with. I've not graded the second assignment. I'm still working on it. But the first assignment and all the posts, it's really coming well. So keep up the good work. And I'll post another Hangout or another tool we can use to have some discussion. So good night, everyone. I enjoy talking to you all.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.